Giving a class the freedom to complete a task in their own unique way is important for teacher Laura Lennon. She believes English should come alive in the classroom.
The task is to look specifically at Act 3, Scene 1 of Romeo and Juliet. I split the scene up into 5 sections and I wanted them to look really closely at one section, understand what was happening in that section, and then think about why that section was particularly dramatic for an audience to watch. Look at the scene, get notes, and make sure that you're really teaching other students about that section. I've used a mixture of different resources. They used flip cameras, which was a really good way of getting them to film and be up and moving. Cameras might be good for freeze framing, but also maybe something more simple like stop animation, so they can actually do animations and put something together that way. I think it really makes it more relevant to them. They're able to go at it in their sort of way.
What factors does a teacher need to consider before starting this scheme of work?
They need to choose carefully who they work with. If they know there's someone they clash with, not to work with them. If they know there's someone they are silly with, to think about working with someone else. At times I might intercept and actually say, I don't think it's a good idea for you two to work together, and maybe it's a good idea for work separately. Also, to get them going into different areas. So if one group is particularly loud, maybe giving them a different classroom they can go into or a different breakout space they can go to and work there so they're not disturbing the other groups. A lot of the time I feel like they've got a lot of reading to do. They sit down and do an awful lot of reading. But this actually gives them the opportunity to think about how they can make it interesting. You know, it gives them the chance to almost become a teacher and take on that teacher role.
You'll say your line here, then you walk out when Abby says her bit, you pause it and you walk out, and then when I say my bit, you'll walk in again.
When is it appropriate to introduce a topic of this kind?
It's something I wouldn't do at the start of the year with a new class. It's something that I would do later on when I really know the class and I know how they work together.
This shows Mercutio is ready to twist Tybalt's words, just so that he knows how has an excuse to fight him. This shows how willing he is to fight against his enemy.
They were completely open with what they could do, and it really tailors to what they enjoy. So if they enjoy drawing or if they enjoy looking at Movie Maker, then they can use that.
Romeo's approach is dramatic as it makes the audience feel on the edge of the seat.
If they want to bring something in from home, like costumes or anything, or props, then let them do that. And really just letting them use the resources and stuff they know how to use. So if they do media studies, let them use some of their media studies knowledge and bring that in. If they do art, let them bring some stuff in from their art.
This is Tybalt, and I did it in I did red kind of ears things because he's the king of cats, and then he's also because he fights, he's quite angry, so he's got like fire.
I really liked one of the group's ideas to bring in masks to represent the different characters, because actually when you looked at the masks they'd created, they'd actually thought a lot about the character and what the character feels and, you know, what kind of emotions he has.
It's Mercutio because the bubbles are because he's bubbly and jokey, and it changes to fire because he's really fiery as well.
The outcome of the lesson is for them to finish filming and editing and putting everything together, and then each group is going to present their film or presentation, whatever they've done, to the whole class. They can get notes from each other, they can get ideas from each other, rather than just getting ideas from me as the teacher.